Okay, I'm just gonna get right into it. I have had I've had a couple jobs, but two of them specifically were pretty interesting that at some point I want to talk about. One, of course, being working in Disneyland as a princess, but it's such like a secretive job that I feel I have too many people I still know there, and I don't just want to like ramble on about my time at Disney yet. But if you want to hear about it, like this video so I know that that's a topic of interest for you. But my other job I'm going to actually talk about right now is working for Kylie Cosmetics. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about Kylie Jenner Cosmetics. So I'm going to tell you what the environment was like working there, how I got the job, and how I stopped working there. First and foremost, I want to be really careful about what I say because they're powerful people and it's a big company and I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I mean, I don't really have anything bad to say anyways. I still want to make it very clear that it was a great company and I really loved working there. It was really cool to be working for Kylie Jenner, if you're into that sort of scene. But here's how I got the job. So I had just gotten married, moved up a little bit more north than where I was living in Orange County. I had a friend of a friend who worked for ColourPop Cosmetics, and that's who I was looking to get a job with. So I did interviews and interviews with them. They wanted me back for more. I feel like all we did was talk about Disney because once people see that on my resume, they just want to hear about working at Disneyland and what that's like. Anyway, so we get to the end of things and they tell me that they want to hire me, but for Kylie Cosmetics instead. So let me break this part down. I know there's been a lot of talk online that people have compared ColourPop to Kylie Cosmetics and accused Kylie of just repackaging and branding ColourPop Cosmetics because it's known at this point on the internet that there's a place called Spatz Laboratory, which is a cosmetic lab, and they produce the makeup for both ColourPop and Kylie Cosmetics and KKW Beauty now. So yes, it's all made under this umbrella of a factory, but let me be super clear that they are completely different entities. Kylie Cosmetics is not ColourPop Cosmetics, is not KKW Beauty. So I started working for Kylie Cosmetics and it was great. I would answer emails for Kylie. Oh my gosh, there were thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of emails a day that come in from all over the world to Kylie Cosmetics. And there was a team of us. We would sit in rows in this room. It was really cool. We could wear whatever we want. I could wear this to work. Very chill environment. However, so the number one thing is that there are no phones allowed in that building at all. If you literally like peer into your purse to like just click your phone, see if there's a message, and they see you, you are fired. If you take your phone out, it's on your desk, you're fired. Which, I mean, at the time I'm like, what in the heck is this? But I understand it because Kylie Cosmetics is an enormous business, and if there's one little crack and one person took a picture of a formula or something that would defame the brand in some way, that's bad news for Kylie and they just can't afford something like that. So I understand it, but it was extremely, extremely like a top secret work environment, and there's really nothing I would have needed to take a picture of anyways. And even to check your phone, we would get breaks during the day. We'd have to be a certain amount of feet away from the building before we could even take our phones out in the first place, which was a little crazy, but I get it. So I really enjoyed my time there. I really loved working for Kylie. It was really cool. We got to see, you know, products before they were released and test things out, which was really cool. We didn't get any discounts or anything, which was a bummer. We couldn't like pre-order anything, so weren't really any perks. If you wanted to go into any of the lab spaces, you had to be in like full gear. It's no joke. Just, you can't wear like heels in there. You have to wear your headpiece, like net and everything. It was pretty serious. It was like a legit situation. Whenever Kylie was coming to the office, you would know because everything was spick and span. There were flowers all over. The bathroom had flowers all over, and you're like, oh, wonder who's coming in today. So that was pretty cool. And she had her own private office space that we couldn't go into, which, like, duh, she's the boss. So I did this for a couple months. Now let me explain how I stopped working for Kylie Cosmetics. I worked this job last summer, and during my interview process with them, I told them, you know, we talked about my work ethic and why I'd be good for this job. And I said, you know, I don't just take days off to take days off. I'm a really good worker, da da da, you know, just sort of things you say in an interview, which is also true of me. I had been working for them for a little while, and there was a weekend that I needed one day off. My family was going on a trip and I just needed that Friday off. We had already bought plane tickets before I even had the job. Well, first of all, I did the whole thing in the system, requested the time off, which I had earned time off. So I went to my manager and was like, hey, I haven't seen that this was approved. And she was like, in your interview, you said that you don't take time off and you are a good worker. And I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I mean that. I've accrued some time and I need to take a day off for a family thing. And she was like, oh, okay, we'll let you know. Blah, blah, blah. It gets closer to the day, like the week before. So finally I went to her and I was like, I just wanted to make sure you knew that I'm gonna be gone next Friday. I told blah, 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 all these people, just want to make sure we're good. And she was like, okay, I don't know if we can accommodate that. I'm like, what gives? So we were supposed to have one-on-one meetings that day, just with everybody, to sort of meet with our manager and see where we're at. And so I was supposed to have mine, and it kind of kept getting pushed back until the end of the day came, and she said, okay, we'll do it first thing in the morning. I'm like, great. I was gonna just, you know, confront her then and be like, why is this such a big deal? It's literally one day. There's a lot of people here. There's about 15 of us that were there doing emails for Kylie. I come in the next morning and my desk is completely cleared. There's nothing on my desk. So I go to my manager and I'm like, what? Why is my desk cleared? And she was like, oh, we were cleaning your desk. There were bugs. So we cleaned your desk. So they went and like got my stuff back for me and brought me like my basic essentials, like a mouse pad and my laptop back and stuff. Obviously no one else's stuff was touched. It was just my desk. And so that was super shady and obviously a lie. So I was waiting for my one-on-one to be like, I'm sorry, I'm a really good employee day in and day out. I am one of the like top 3, like 1, 2, or 3 people every day sending out the most emails and getting responses, and I was a really, really good employee. The end of the day came and she was like, I'm so sorry, we're so busy. First thing in the morning, it's you and me. And so I'm like, is shady. What is going on? So that evening I go home and I get a call and they say, thank you so much for all your hard work. Your assignment has been completed with Kylie Cosmetics, and that I was no longer needed. So there's that. The only thing I can trace it back to is the day I was asking for off, and maybe I was being too hard-headed about it, that the time off I had earned, I was trying to take a day. Yeah, so that was my time with it. I wanted to reach out and be like, hey, what happened? I loved working here. I thought I was a great employee. It just wasn't worth it to me at the end. It was just a temporary job even for me at the time. So that is my time working for Kylie Cosmetics. If you have any more questions, leave them down below. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. And like and subscribe if you would like to hear more stories like this or hear about my time with Disney. Just let me know where you guys are at, and I hope you enjoyed my video.